How many of these episodes have we done so far?
I don't know.
I mean, we've done enough where I should remember to turn my damn microphone on, don't you think?
One would think.
Unbelievable. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Home Wrecker Podcast. I am the Golden Greek Alex Arion, joined as always by my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, amazing trophy wife, Monique. Monique, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic as always.
Yay!
Nothing new here. Same old, same old.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting around. Getting fat. Being lazy. No.
Yeah, I've been
Not at all.
reading. It's everyone is just. I think it's stress eating, maybe. I don't know. Everyone's eating junk food and.
Oh yeah, this is the time.
Yeah, it's a stressful time, so people are eating for comfort.
Yes, it's so easy to fall into bad habits now.
Oh yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, where you have no end date in sight, it's so easy to just say, "Oh, well, I got nothing to do today, so I'll just catch up on that show I've been watching or whatever, play video games or whatever." Nobody, really think about it. If you don't have any kind of a goal or anything in mind, what is there to do?
Listen to our podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's very important to try to occupy your time doing something somewhat productive.
I know here in New Hampshire.
It's obviously different for everybody. It's a case-to-case basis, whatever it is that interests you.
Well, it depends on the weather and where you live, too. We're lucky we have some yards, so the other day it was nice, and we went in our yard and let the kids play, so that way they're outside. But some people don't have that. Especially if you live in an apartment, you don't have a yard where your kids can go play. That makes it tough.
Yeah.
And if the weather, it's been raining the past couple of days, so when the weather doesn't want to cooperate, that makes it tough too.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I think it's important to definitely don't get too carried away with the stress eating and just sitting around.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done. Obviously, it's a stressful situation for everybody. People losing jobs and things like that. Hopefully, that's not very many of our listeners. But
just remember,
it's pretty catastrophic what's going on out there.
When things do get back to normal and everyone's back to work, you still need to fit into those clothes. So just keep that in mind.
That's good. Yeah, good point. Good point. And that's the thing. This is eventually going to end. No matter, we don't know when, obviously, and it's different wherever you are in the world. So whenever it does end, though, if you've just been sitting around, eating junk food, vegging out, becoming a permanent fixture on your couch, you're probably not going to come out of this thing better.
Well, what's hard is you might say, oh, it's only supposed to be for 2 weeks. Okay. But then, people are told, oh, it's only 2 weeks. So then 2 weeks go by. Oh, now it's, going to be almost 2 months.
Well, what did we just hear where we're at? Isn't it?
May 4th, I think.
So there you go. There you have it.
So
and
here in New Hampshire, they want us to stay home until May 4th.
There you go. So who knows? Yeah, and of course rumors run rampant. People spouting all kinds of stuff all over the place. Oh, it's going to be 18 months. It's going to be 2 years. It's forever. Blah. Nobody knows. Nobody knows till it happens. So all you can do is make the most of the time you have and don't become a lazy son of a gun. Or
it's okay to have lazy moments.
Well, no, yeah. I'm not saying, again, don't misunderstand me. Say, oh, you have to be doing something all the time and be totally productive. No, obviously, like anything else, you've got to have your downtime, your leisure time, but it's important to occupy your time wisely, I guess. Don't allow that leisure time to become the only thing, and the only thing you occupy your time with is leisure activities. That's all I'm saying.
I know I'm trying to work in the yard more. I ordered my elderberry plants and they came in. So when we're done recording, I'm going outside because it's not raining now, and I'm going to go plant my elderberry bushes.
That's great.
I'm so excited.
I decided that I'm going to try to kick caffeine, or at least cut back on it drastically. I literally decided that when I woke up this morning. You asked me if I want a cup of coffee. I said, sure, decaf.
You did.
I'm trying to, and literally for no other reason than just to see if I can do it. I'm now. This is the kind of stuff I'm trying to occupy my mind with, so I don't go nuts, just sitting around. Now it's okay. I'm gonna kick caffeine, and I have a goal, and I've given myself a task, something to do, and as mundane and minuscule as it may seem, it's something. It's something to focus on. It's good to have something to work towards and achieve. Am I gonna be permanently not drinking caffeine? I don't know, but for this particular scenario, for my particular goal, I guess, this is the best time to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to go anywhere. You can't do anything. Yeah. So any caffeine headaches I might get, any withdrawals, anything like that, I'm at home. So who cares?
Sure.
It's not going to affect my job performance or anything like that.
I kicked Cadbury mini eggs.
That deserves a high five.
Yay!
Hell yeah. That was a problem. You had a major problem.
I know.
Let's talk about that. Let's get therapeutic today.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about this? Your Cadbury mini eggs problem.
They're so delicious. It's not just about the taste. It is the texture. I am very weird when it comes to eating candy. If I have a peanut butter cup, I eat all the chocolate around it, and then I eat the chocolate on top. And so it's just like a little bit of chocolate on the bottom and the peanut butter, and I eat that. If I have a Kit Kat, I eat all the chocolate around, and then I eat like layer by layer with the wafers, and it's good. Cadbury mini eggs. You pop one or two in your mouth, and you let your warm saliva melt the shell a bit, and then you can like crack it. You like press against the candy with your tongue, and it cracks the shell, and it melts in your mouth, and then the chocolate melts in your mouth. So it's a big texture thing too for me.
All right.
And they're super delicious.
I'm not going to say that any of those things don't taste good. I mean, that's what they're designed and made to do, to taste good so you can eat more of it, obviously, right? But I don't get... Lately, and I've talked about this with you before, I feel like my taste buds have changed a lot, and I don't crave any kind of sweet stuff anymore. It's like I just don't have any craving for it, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any desire to go eat a bunch of sugary goodness. I don't know.
I enjoy sugary goodness.
I did too. I just now it's like, okay. Like you got a chocolate peanut butter cake.
I did.
And I had a slice, and I was like, hey, you know what? This isn't as good as I remembered it being. Did they change the recipe? Probably not.
No.
It's my taste buds have changed.
That happens over time. I mean, some things you used to love, you don't love anymore, but I love like carbs and sugar, especially when they're combined.
It's a deadly combination if you overdo it.
So good,
it's the slow killer.
Yeah.
It'll get you slow.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be good.
You've been doing really, really, really well.
When I've gone to the store, they have all the Easter stuff out there, and there's so many bags of Cadbury mini eggs. And at first, I had to turn my head so I wouldn't look at it. I could not look at the Cadbury mini eggs because I just wanted to veer over to it. But I stopped myself, I just didn't look. And now I'm at the point where I can look at them. And it's like, you don't own me anymore. Yeah, you have no power over me.
Awesome. That's great. Well done. Well done. We just did our podcast on Teen Wolf. I had a lot of fun doing that one.
It was
if you couldn't
fun.
tell, if you've watched it or
Still
listened to
movie.
it, if you couldn't tell that I was having a blast, then I don't know what else I could do.
And it was like, we were up, the kids were in bed, it was past our bedtime, and I was tired, so if I was saying anything like the team was high, I meant the score, and yes, because I was really tired.
You don't have to quantify your actions to anybody. It doesn't matter.
I get, it was still funny, I think.
Right. Yeah, it was funny. I had fun.
Like I said,
I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
I always have fun sitting and talking with you, so
Thank you.
I hope that translates and comes across well in video and audio that we do. Huh. Yeah. It's a good time. I love how you look at me, too. Give me that big, like, happy smile.
Yes, I love you.
I love you, too.
Yay.
Yes, now everybody's vomiting as they're listening to us. What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna eat mini eggs, damn it.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat mini eggs. Now, is there any other stuff that you're trying to avoid? Because you didn't tell me you were gonna do this, you didn't tell me you were gonna quit mini eggs. You never made a declaration.
Because if I said, I'm quitting mini eggs, then you would hold me accountable to that. If I just silently do it and I do it on my own, then it's like I did it. And it's already done.
Well done. That's good.
And then I don't have to worry about you judging me if I start eating them again. I don't have to go hide in a closet so I can.
There's two kinds of people. There's people that require that they have to vocalize and get it out there that, I'm doing this by this certain day and blah, whatever, because they're looking for the attaboys or the congratulatory support. I don't know. And then there's the people that just make up their mind to do it, and they don't tell anybody until it's already done. And then it's like, oh wow, okay. I feel like if you're like what you did, you're going to have a better success rate, in my view, if you do it that way, because you're not looking for accolades and compliments and stuff from people. You're not looking for that. You are just you've made up your mind. I'm going to do this. I have my reasons. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It's something I want to do. So I'm doing it.
Cold turkey.
And that's it. Yeah. So I admire that. I think it's great. Absolutely.
And I did not get any Girl Scout cookies this year.
Bravo.
Almost, but...
Where do you get... Who do you know that sells Girl Scout cookies?
They sell them at, Walmart. They have Girl Scouts and their moms, at, in front of stores selling stuff. We were at, Bass Pro and they were selling them there. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, I usually don't pay any attention to the people that are setting up shop outside of stores and things like that.
What's hard, too, is those cookies... Hannaford, our local supermarket, they have their own brand of the types of Girl Scout cookies, but it's their brand. But it tastes just like the Girl Scout cookies. So that's dangerous too, because any time of the year, I can be like, oh, okay, I'll have those Thin Mints, thank you. Or whatever cookie I want.
What were the ones that I liked? I liked they're like peanut butter or something.
I don't know.
Tagalongs? Were they called tagalongs?
It's the chocolate and the peanut butter one.
Was it called? I don't remember what it was called. It's something. I thought it was called tagalongs. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
Those were good. I remember those being really good. But like I said, if I tried them now, I probably wouldn't like them. So it's just weird. You know what else I haven't eaten in a long time? Pizza. I haven't had pizza in so long.
I have.
Yeah, you've been eating pizza.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in so long, and that's another thing that I'm like, I don't know if I just don't miss it. I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about our food intake and...
Well, because there are people at home and they've hopefully stocked up for food in case they need it. You go to the supermarket and half the shelves are empty.
Yes. Got things falling around the house here. I don't know what's going on.
No, we don't have a ghost.
My gosh.
But... yeah, it's like the shelves are half empty, so it's like, oh, let's get these foods that aren't gonna go bad too soon. And then you're like, oh, I want to eat that now. And then you eat it. So the point is you're trying to save it and you end up eating it right away.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Gotta be stronger than the food. Yeah, just make up your mind not to do it. Yeah, willpower.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. So what else is going on, my lady? You're going to be doing some gardening and planting?
Well, I raked the yard the other day while the boys were playing. So it's nice and clean, and we have clover growing again. It's coming back. Yeah, I'm lucky. We have a big patch of clover in our yard, so I often find 4-leaf clovers.
Ooh.
I enjoy clover. I like it.
Now, you're doing the elderberry bushes. Do you have plans for anything else in the garden?
I want to plant some bee balm.
What exactly is bee balm?
It is a flower, and there's different kinds. The one common around here is lemon bee balm, and it actually helps, the bees love it, and it helps keep the birds away from the fruits because they don't like the smell. So it'll keep them from getting, if I plant it between my bushes. It, in theory, is supposed to keep the birds from eating my berries.
So it's strictly something that you're putting there as a preventive, what's the word I'm looking for?
To
a
prevent,
protective kind of thing.
But
for
also,
the elderberry.
bee balm is also very good with herbal medicine. It has a lot of good uses. So, and I was gonna say the elderberry, the flowers are edible too, not just the berries.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you just take them and eat them raw?
So I was reading people like dip them in batter and fry them, which is weird.
Really?
But
What's the health benefit of doing that?
I don't know. They just say
Not
it tastes
the
good.
obviously the frying part that can't be healthy.
Well, they're just saying that the flour is edible and it tastes good.
But the flour actually.
So yeah,
tastes good.
I'm gonna look to see if I can do anything else with the flowers.
I know, growing up, my relatives used to boil dandelion greens.
Mhm.
They would eat dandelion greens.
Yeah, dandelions are they're a weed, but they're good for you. They have a lot of good medicinal purposes in it. Yeah, it's a diuretic.
It's a diuretic. That's why a lot of my family. It's always the older women in my family would always eat those because it helped with their swollen ankles and things like that.
Yeah, because your body, if it's retaining water, it helps get that out.
Yeah, so they would always eat the dandelion greens, which I always thought was fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I remember when you were wrestling and you were ballet and we'd go to shows together, I would take dandelion root just to kind of, because I had to fit in tight clothing, tight dresses, so I'd take the dandelion root just to kind of get any excess water out so I could fit in that dress.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried the dandelion root too a couple of times, and I don't think it didn't really do that for me, but I guess everybody's different.
But you weren't also, I think with what you were wearing, you wouldn't really feel it as much wearing trunks compared to wearing a
true
tight dress all over your body.
Yeah, you may
or
have a point
pants
there.
or whatever.
You may have a point there. So, okay, so you get the bee balm going. What else you got going?
I don't know, because I was like, I want to plant sage. I want to try planting lavender again. And there are all these things I want to plant, but just trying to be realistic with it. What would you like me to plant?
Well, I mean, if you have too big a garden, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's great having your own garden, especially now with what's going on. If you can grow your own food and become self-reliant, not have to worry about going to the grocery store, I think that's a big plus and a big bonus.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. And I think that's why you don't see a lot of people... Well, I shouldn't say that. Around here, there are a good amount of people that have their own gardens and grow their own food. But
it takes a while, too. So
I
got the bare root. So it's like a branch in the sense that it's the root, it's grown, but there's no fruit on it, so I gotta bury that. So it's gonna take a while for that to start producing fruit. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna plant it and here's some berries. It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
And that's why you kind of start now and plan it out, and eventually you'll get there.
As far as what I would like in the garden, boy. Can you grow me like beef? Is there like a beef plant?
No.
Does it work like that? What about eggs?
No.
An egg
We
plant?
can get chickens,
I guess
but we need a chicken coop.
probably need a little bit more land
Yeah.
than what we currently own to have chickens.
Yeah,
I'm not a big vegetable or herb person. I never really, you know that I'm not big on the veggies, so I don't know. I don't think there's anything really that you're going to be able to grow that I'm going to be all excited about. But
I was just thinking, too bad you can't grow chocolate. I'd buy that plant and grow it.
well, doesn't that come from a plant, the cacao plant? Isn't that?
In theory.
Oh, in theory.
Well, it's not just that, though. You don't
Well, I know
have
there's
the cocoa.
obviously a mix of things.
Yeah,
obviously.
you have like the sugar and the milk and all that. So it's not like I can just go outside and pick a chocolate bar.
Well, obviously. I knew that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I could just go out and like, ooh, little bits of chocolate for me.
Wouldn't that be something, though, if you could? Just, like, grow...
And they can like have steaks
Hershey
growing off the
Kisses
vine.
bushes or something.
Yeah. Oh. I feel like we're in Willy Wonka now,
Yeah.
like in that room with all the stuff and the river of chocolate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And we just ate lunch and we're not even hungry and we're talking about all this food.
Yeah. Fascinating. So now you went to the store earlier.
Mm-hmm. Having technical difficulties.
Yeah, something on my mic.
Oh.
I don't know what that was. Yeah, you went to the store earlier. What's it like out there right now? Because we went out yesterday real quick and ran a couple of errands, but what's it like today on a Monday?
It was a ghost town.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to run out and get some garden stuff and something at the pharmacy. And yeah, it was dead. I think people are doing a good job staying apart. I was trying to be respectful, and if I was walking up to somebody, we were like ready to intersect, I just stopped and let them go. So it was weird. I mean, granted, it's a weekday, but yeah, it was dead. It wasn't bad. It's how I like it, because I don't like going out and being around people for the most part. I don't like being around lots and lots of people, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? That I think we talked about this with Sean Gorman, how for us it's like nothing's changed really.
Yeah.
I think it feels the same. It's
Like,
just-
we don't really go out. We'll go
Yeah.
to the store to get something we need, and that's pretty much it. We'll go to the post office, and yeah, that's it. But I'm waiting for some warmer weather, because the other day when it was warm and I was raking, it was very windy. So I wanted to make my orgonite, but it was just way too windy, and it would make a mess everywhere. So I'm hoping one day this week I'll have some nice warm sunshine, not so much wind, and I can make more orgonite for everyone.
there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet. Nice.
I know I have some. I'm going to be, as I plant my bushes, I'm going to plant my little tower busters.
Awesome.
Yes.
We'll talk about that at another time. Yes, that'd be definitely interesting.
Yes, and just for anyone listening or watching, a tower buster. Orgonite, essentially, it's to help against like radiation, the Wi-Fi radiation, everything around you from your cell phones, the towers. And the ones I make, I include shungite in it, which is also good at blocking radiation.
And shungite is a rock? Or is it a crystal? What is it?
So it's a crystal, but it is from a meteorite in Russia. And I guess it was really big, and so you can get, there's a lot there. So it's not like this little thing that's going to run out. There's a lot there in Russia, but you can crush it into a powder. So I'm going to put my tower busters out, and then I have some pieces of shungite I'm just going to put out around there and leave them around my flowers.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. Good times.
It is for me.
Hey, whatever makes you happy. That's all that matters.
And I gotta say, kudos to you. You've been doing awesome, working out every day and still being good at eating, better than I am. Granted, I'm not on any mini eggs.
Like I said, nothing has changed.
I know, and you're so
Everything's-
good.
Everything's the same. Nothing's really different.
So good.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think if nothing else, I've been wanting to do more podcasting and just more of this kind of stuff, just because now you're home. So I just feel like, well, why don't we just record more? That's just whether or not people like what we're doing, you know.
Well, you know what? If you don't like what we're talking about, what do you want us to talk about? Tell us what you want to hear, and
Yeah,
we can talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we've put that out there before, and we've accommodated some requests
We
as well.
have.
But yeah, now that we recorded with our good buddy Brian Malonis,
Yes.
and we figured out the whole Skyping thing, because that was a real pain. And I'll say now, the reason why we haven't had a lot of guests up to this point is because I wasn't a fan of the audio quality of Skype and everything, because I try to make our podcast sound as good as possible with the equipment that we have. You know, we try Try not to chintz out on anything. Try to make everything as as quality as can be.
Yeah.
Within reason. And I was never a fan of the Skype audio, but with Brian, it felt like it came out okay.
Yeah, it did. Came out really well.
Maybe going forward we'll have a few more guests.
And I've learned that when you record for the video part of it, you're supposed to change a setting so it's just the person that you're talking to, not both sides with a split screen. There's a setting, so I know that for next time.
Nobody cares about that.
I'm just saying I learned something.
You want to get inside baseball? You want to turn this into the How We Do the Home Wrecker podcast?
I'm just saying that I learned something and I was excited by it.
I love giving you a hard time.
You too.
Yes, I do. But anyhow, why are you looking at me like that?
I think it's undeserved.
Yes, your look was undeserved, I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Oh my goodness. Teen Wolf is still an awful movie.
Can't believe you think that.
Oh, I know it.
You just wait till the next movie I pick.
It's my turn for a movie.
Maybe.
We watched Teen Wolf. Now it's my turn.
Okay. You just wait till my next pick.
Why, what's your next pick?
You're just going to have to wait and see. It's going to be awesome.
What is it? No, I want to know.
Oh.
No, you're
You and
going to make me watch
everybody else.
Cobra. Yeah, I called it. Because that's what you've been talking about.
Could be. Maybe I'll swerve and throw a curveball your way and change it up.
Are you going to make me watch Rambo?
If that hadn't crossed my mind, but now that you've tossed that tossed that name into the ring, it could very well be
Why?
Rambo. Maybe we'll do a Rambo marathon.
Oh.
There's like 6 Rambo movies. There's Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3. Was it the one that just came out? And then there was one before that too, I think. Was there 5 or 6? I'll have
You're
to look
asking
that
the wrong lady.
I'll have to look that up. But we should do a marathon of
No,
Rambo movies.
no, we shouldn't.
We could watch them with the Voodoo Family Play. So they'll be like 5 minutes long each. What do you think?
No.
We can get all the movies done.
Well,
in like
in
10
that
minutes.
case, we can watch Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, The Haunted Hills. We can do some of her shows where she, like the bad horror movies that she introduces. Yeah, see? How do you like it?
How do I like what? Elvira is just boobs. What else?
She's hilarious.
That's it.
And she's smart and resourceful.
Okay. That's fine. If you say so. All the disapproving looks I get from you. Unfortunately, people listening don't get to see that. That's why we encourage you to watch.
Watch YouTube and radio.
YouTube and radio.
Yeah.
But, anyhow.
I kind of want to watch a movie now.
Yeah, you would watch a movie and then
Yes.
come back and record and talk about what movie we watched?
Sure.
What movie do you want to watch?
We still didn't watch Johnny Dangerously. We should find that and watch it.
Who's in that? Is that Michael Keaton?
Yeah, and Joe Piscopo.
And what's that about? Whatever happened to Joe Piscopo?
I don't know.
Remember when he got jacked? Do you remember that? He got like enormous, but like muscular jacked. He was like jacked and tan, Joe Piscopo.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I don't
It
know.
was for a short time and then he just like disappeared.
I don't know.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you'd heard anything. You look at TMZ and all that stuff, and I haven't.
But I
nothing to do with
haven't
it.
in quite some time.
Okay, I don't know. That's a name from a blast from
I
the
remember
past.
hearing something about him, like, everyone's like, oh, what happened to him?
Well, when I say what happened to him, it just means like, is he still acting? Does he still do? He was a stand-up comic, right?
He was in movies.
No, I know he was in movies, but I
I
thought
didn't
he
know
got to start as a stand-up
Did
comic.
he?
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a
I
huge
know
Joe
he's in
Piscopo.
comedies, but I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a huge Joe Piscopo fan. I just remember he all of a sudden showed up. I remember this distinctly. It was a commercial for a movie that he was in, and he was jacked. This had to be the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And he just got like in fantastic shape. And I think he might have even done some nutritional supplement commercials. I can't remember for which brand, but I just remember he got jacked. He was enormous for a while.
Well, he's been in other stuff. He was in a Law and Order episode in 2018. according to this.
Does he still look jacked?
I don't know. He's still doing stuff. I don't think we'd have to see something he was in recently to tell.
But you don't remember what I'm talking about? When he was
No.
just like this bodybuilder looking dude. No.
Hold on, like this?
No, he was bigger than
Oh.
that. He was enormous. Like he was huge.
Yeah, I don't remember.
This is
that.
great podcast material, by the way. You scrolling through
I'm
your
trying
phone,
to answer your question.
just being
I don't
silent.
remember that. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember about Joe Piscopo being jacked.
Okay. Well. If anybody else remembers Joe Piscopo being jacked,
Let us
I mean,
know.
unless it's the Mandela effect, I imagined it, or it happened in another universe, some whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember him being super jacked.
Yeah, he was big and shredded.
What year?
Like I said, late 80s, early 90s. I remember seeing a commercial while I was watching Saturday Morning Wrestling and going, what the hell? That guy, he's huge. What happened? It was just, it was, because I knew who he was from, seeing commercials and
Yeah.
whatever else. And then all of a sudden here he is. He's enormous. And I just remember being like, whoa. Kind of like, remember when Carrot Top just all of a sudden got jacked?
Yes,
Same
I remember
idea.
that.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
dude got super jacked.
Where he goes from the skinny Carrot Top to this enormous jacked guy.
Good for
Like,
him.
What the hell, this guy? What happened to him?
He started working out.
And then some.
Mhm.
Hey, good for them. Right, absolutely. I just didn't know if you knew about
No.
the Piscopo.
No, I do not.
All right. Is Carrot Top still around too? Is he still doing
Yeah,
stuff?
he's still around. He was
Wow.
in. I want to say he was in a show or something. He made an appearance, but I can't remember what it was. Because now I have to think about it. Yeah, but no, he's around. I think he's still jacked.
I think he is too. So whatever he did, he's maintaining it. So good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to add today?
No, I want to go watch a movie now.
Yeah, you want to go watch
I
some
do.
movies? Okay.
And then we come back and talk about them.
So I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to go watch a movie. Or two. Whatever. However. We're going to go watch some stuff. We'll come back and chat about it.
Yay!
All right. And I'm going to just break
You're
stuff.
gonna break
and throw things.
everything.
That was
Wow.
unfortunate.
Huh.
Yeesh.
What
Yeah.
did you break?
And my big 32-ounce glass water bottle.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh well. What are you going to do? It's okay.
Mm.
It's all right. It's glass. I mean,
Thumbs the brakes, kid.
it's literally and figuratively. Yes. So until next time, I am the Golden Greek Alex Arion. Joined as always by my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, amazing trophy wife for this bonus episode, Monique.
And you've been listening to the Homewrecker Podcast.